Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to cover how to make your Voiceflow chatbots look from this to this amazing thing on the left, right? And we are going to discuss everything about how to change any part of it, how to make the colors look better and everything else. Let's get started. First, you need to understand on how the UI part works. This is what you see on the left hand side when you click integration and come to web chat. This is the basic overview of what you can change. You can print numbers and change the name and the description, the messages, the way it looks, and XYZ things, right? So again, what we're going to do is first figure out how to change each of these colors, and for that, to edit that, we use something called CSS. It is not a crazy fancy term. It's just the way you integrate that to your chatbot is in this format. So you have this code. I have similar code on my side here. Now, if you see, everything is available here. You can integrate your chat, but what you add is assistant, then you add style sheet, and then you go ahead and add test.css. Now, that should be the file that you are referencing to. So that could be your CSS file that you're using. I am on a local machine, so I'm just using test.css to run this. When you are launching it online, you will probably have to host a CSS file on the web. But for our example, we have a local chatbot and a local test.css file. Now, don't worry, we are not going to make you write all this code. We're going to make it simple, okay? So, all you have to do is come to ChatGPT and write a prompt. And I have written this massive prompt that you can use, and it will be available in the description. Right? So, first things first, we're going to start with guided mode. Now, I am thinking that you have an idea of the color theme that you want, right? So, I'm going to choose a color theme that I like, and I'm just going to say soft and minimalist, and then it's going to create a color palette based on the idea of what it understands as soft as minimalist. You can also check out the color palette. Now again, this should be a clickable link, but ChatGPT has not been giving, so I just asked it to convert into a text-based link, and you can come to this website and see how your color palette will look. These are the colors. I'm not super happy with these colors, but for the sake of keeping it simple, I'm just going to continue with them. You can change the colors, you can give it a new color schema, it's up to you. I like them. Let's go ahead, and then we'll see how it starts creating the next part of it, which is the fonts. Now again, I love Poppins, right? So I'm just going to say Poppins, and we're just going to continue with that. You can choose any other font. You can go to Google Fonts and select that. What I'm going to attach is this particular whimsical diagram where I have everything on how each CSS property is available that you can change. So if you change this property, this is what's going to change. If you change this, it's going to change this. It's going to explain in detail how every part of the UI can be customized using which CSS property. This is taken from official Voiceflow documentation. If you want to learn more, that will also be available in the description. This is just for reference because a lot of people are using this for the first time. So you can just understand how to change colors and fonts of any particular property. You have this particular CSS thing ready. Come to the test.css file that we have created locally, and I'm just going to copy and paste this, and this should be good to go. What we're going to come is just come here, refresh. We should be able to see something, and as you can see, the colors are already present. It's the same colors that we discussed. Come here, see the pink color, the accent of the colors of the button and everything else. It's in the same format. If you see, this particular color at the top is not visible, right? You can't see anything there. What we're going to do is, again, just come back here, take a screenshot of this thing. I'm going to take this as a screenshot, come back to ChatGPT. This is good, but the header is not visible, right? Can you see header and title? You see the background color selected is pretty low. What we can do is come back here and select a darker background color and save this, refresh this again, and you will start seeing the color back. This is going to make ChatGPT use this, but in the meantime, I want to show you how you can edit it yourself. You can change the font, you can change the title, and it's pretty descriptive the way ChatGPT writes this code. So I like that a lot. Again, if you have seen, it has already given us header and title content. We're just going to come back here, Control C, Control V, paste it, and it should be good to go. We're going to refresh this and open this. Now, if you see, look at this chatbot, it's technically like looks 10 times better than just a black and white image, right? It's based on the color scheme that you are using and everything else. I'm going to start a new chat, and I've made this chatbot very simply to show you how the UI looks. So this is a message from a human and you can see the human's color is pink. There are also other options to see. So these are the buttons, and the buttons look very similar to the messages. If you want to change them, you can go back to ChatGPT and ask for a different color. But just to show you one more step ahead, I would like to click on button 1 card and show you how will a card look like. Right now, if you can see, this is how a card in Voiceflow UI looks like. Right, this is a very simple, the title and body. What we can do is come here and see how the card colors look. You can see there is a card color given, background and border and everything else. The header has a background. Now I don't like that background at all. I don't want it to have a background of any sort. What I can do is just come here and remove this. That's one option, and save this, and we'll refresh this. Come back here and you will see the background is gone. Right, very simple steps. CSS is super easy to understand. You can, in case you want to, again, just click a screenshot and send it to ChatGPT and it will do the rest. Okay, you have to look at what works best for you. For me, just editing a simple thing works. Right, now the second thing is, I like the button the way it is structured here. Probably I would like to make it a bit darker, but I like it. Right now, what I want to see is, I want to see another option on how Voiceflow shows content is carousel. Now, this is how a carousel looks like. And again, if you see, this button is also changed into a much better color. And you can see, I don't have any items right now, but if I reduce the size, you can see this being scrolled away. Let me bring this back to size, and you can see that this is great. If you want to change the color, you can come here, see this card one button carousel, come on the right hand side, see this carousel button, and change the color to anything that you like. Again, this is just a Visual Studio Code feature where you can click and see the colors. If you want, you can pick a color from here. So let's say you want to make it pink, just copy this, click on this button, copy, and come back here and paste this. Once you do that, and let it just refresh, you can see the color is changed to pink. It's super simple to do these things. If you want to do it yourself, the CSS is written in a very decent format. Now, as you can see, input message, this is also a button. This is also an icon that is being done. Input. If you want to change that, you can, but if you can see, that comes under the message and input field. So you can see the background color of that chat input button is blue. It shows up as blue. It has a color of this, and then again, it has the font family and everything else. Pretty super simple, super easy to work with, and you can go ahead and change as many things as you want. Now, another thing that you can look at is our two more buttons. When someone clicks cancel and end chat, they have these options. If you see there are no hover buttons or anything, you can add that CSS if you want to. So again, multiple options available to you. It already came out perfectly well. So the next thing that I'm going to teach you is how to look at each of these components individually and change them. Another two buttons that you should look at is when you close the chart, there are two options available here. And in case if you ever want to check which class they are referencing to, just come here, right click on inspect. And once you click on inspect, you will start seeing this as the button. Don't get scared if you're using this for the first time. Here you can see which class is being used. This is the VFRC button class. You can just Control C, come back here, Control V, paste this, and see this is the class being used, and there are multiple classes referencing this. These are called nested classes. It is referencing a specific button color in a specific format. So if you see VFRC prompt is the heading class, right? You can see this whole area is highlighted in green. That's the heading class. And that's when you come a bit below and you can see this is another VFRC prompt, VFRC button. This class is referencing the end chat button. Again, I was too deep in the code. And then you can change the background color here. You can change it to something else. If you want to, you can make it red. So in case you want to keep the colors similar, you can make it like, I like purplish today, so I'm just going to go with purplish. Once you come back here, refresh it, you can close this, come here, once you click this, and this becomes purple. Again, if you see, this does not affect other buttons that we already have, right? Other buttons are still working in the same color. Why? Because you're using a nested class. That means one particular section, the button is being referenced to in that format. Now, I can go through this with you, but we need this amazing file, which means every class VFRC button means this button. And then again, if you want to see image, if you want to see the header and the title, you can see which class refers to which. And if you want to literally don't do any of this, take a screenshot, go back to ChatGPT and do this. Okay. Now, what I want from all of you is just literally try this out. The prompt is super good. All of this content is going to be available in the description. The file, the prompt, this. Everything's going to be in the description, so you can go ahead and check it out. Please subscribe and like and share this video, because again, this took a lot of time, this video, to just put together. I know this will probably be like 10 to 12 minutes. It took a lot of time to just get that prompt right, get the content right, and everything else. Please share this, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.